This episode is recorded in front of a live streaming audience.
Prepare to attack the enemy's control points.
Get behind me, Doctor! I am fully charged!
You are listening to Control Point, a Team Fortress 2 podcast with Brent Copeland, Eric Fullerton, and Wes Wilson.
Control Point, episode 62, recorded on February 8th, 2009.
I'm Brent Copeland.
I'm Eric Fullerton.
And I'm Wes Wilson.
Who obviously had some of the poisonous sprinkles.
I did not have any poisonous sprinkles.
Oh, maybe I had them and now I'm hallucinating.
I know. My voice really doesn't sound weird. I don't know what you're...
By the way, love is in the air.
Love is in the air.
So there's some lovely things in this briefcase. Once we open it up, that is.
Who's opening?
I'm singing.
I don't know.
Somebody else has to open. I'm sitting here serenading you guys.
All right, let's open up this thing. And
I will open it.
It's like a present.
Hey, you know our beautiful
week.
sound fidelity?
Fidelity.
You remember that?
Am I messing it up by opening the briefcase?
Cool. Okay, we have it open. And what's
open.
inside?
We've got a rather big TF2 update.
Nice.
And Valentine cupcakes, which I already took out and ate one.
Sweet.
So, and wow, there's a few pins we left in here. And stickers. I've been looking for stickers.
Oh, nice.
So cool. Yeah, we got some stuff in there.
Sweet.
Put that in there.
Cool. Most importantly, Valentine's Day cupcakes are in there.
Yes. Yummy.
Well, good job.
That really was probably...
It's like a really huge briefcase.
Yeah, that was really great there, Brent. I like what you're doing with the place. Have you
It
thought
takes
about,
forever to like
have you
pack
thought
up.
about ramming your head into the mic over and over again?
Okay, let's get serious here.
All right. Serious faces, ready? Okay, so I think it's group status time now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're ready to do our weeks?
Yeah. So what'd everybody do? Did everybody play some?
I played some.
I played some.
Cool.
Did you play some?
I did.
Very cool.
Awesome.
So,
What a great week.
Cool.
Next we got...
No, I actually, it was funny though. I logged on during the daytime, like yesterday during the daytime.
right.
Ooh, I haven't done that in a long time.
And there was nobody on either of the control point servers.
Oh.
Nobody. So I logged on as a scout and went to steal and basically like won the game by myself.
That sounds like a ton of fun.
It was
sad
great.
sounding.
I know. So then but you remember, like we used to, I mean, it was 24/7. There used to be people on there, but lately it's been kind of a little more vacant.
Well, yeah, I think part of it is we used to get like random Joes coming on there because we had such a sweet deal with our upload server, and it actually worked great, and people got maps fast, and we don't get that so much anymore. So people go there because they have to, I think.
Yep.
It's like a chore.
I did get on, I think it was at Fortress Forever's server or something like that. I got on one server and they were playing Gold Rush, and I was having a great time. But then all of a sudden I timed out. I've told you I've had timeout problems before. Like once the little numbers start counting down, I never get out. Like it's never, I never catch back up and become resynced. It's always, so it happened again. I'm like, oh, it's probably on my side, you know. And then I got back on and played a little. Well, first off, you know, I try to reconnect and it goes, oh, that user is already on that server. And I'm like, I gotta wait. So then I reconnected and then I played for a little bit and then it happened again. I was like, crap. Well, then I tried one more time to get back on and evidently everybody had gotten booted. And so then it was like me and Destruder and a bunch of and like some people. We ended up with like 5 people on this server. Destructor. Yes. Destruder. And as it ended up, he stabbed me in the back a lot. Actually, not in the back. It would be great if he stabbed me in the back. He stabbed me in the face. Oh. Yeah. Face stabber. Yep. He was totally face stabbing me, and I was not liking it.
I'm sorry.
And when there's only 5 people on the server, and like I would log on as the medic, you know, and then we would have a spy and a pyro. That's really not a good lineup.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I played some this week.
Not the best.
And I was kind of annoyed because it seems like every time they have a patch, I don't get synced with the Steam community, and so I don't have any of my unlocks. And that's just so annoying to play without your unlocks if you're used to playing with them.
That's a good point.
That sucks.
And the thing is, like, I can log in and everything, and it sees my name and whatever. Why don't they just, like, give everybody, like, if it can't sync, just say, okay, look, you can have all the unlocks. Is it really that big of a deal?
Yes.
I really don't think it is. I think it's just...
I just was throwing it out there just to be
how they do it. I think they should just go ahead and while it can't sync, just say, well, we'll assume you've got them all. And if, you've got some you haven't gotten yet, you can have fun and play with them, and maybe it would get you to want to unlock them.
Yeah. That's a good point.
But anyway. Besides that, I had a lot of fun. Played some mock. Well, it seems like our rotation is all the standard stuff and then mock thrown in there every once in a while.
Yeah.
Did you play Friday night?
I did play Friday night, and I kept getting the questions: Are we going to have CP After Dark tonight? And it was like, as soon as I see that, I want to log off.
And it's like, what time does CP After Dark start?
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, see, that's the wrong attitude.
Approximately
right
13 minutes.
The first rule about CP After Dark is you do not talk about CP After Dark.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like a CP After Dark actually went on that night because I logged.
Well, I logged in, so I captured the CP After Dark. It was okay. We played all the usual maps. I really want to play. See, I was on CP2, but I really want to play some new maps. It's been months before since I've played a new map, and like I want to play the maps from the TF2 map pack. From the contest.
Yeah.
I'm dying to play some of those maps, but nobody's put those on the server. I was trying to get Nevicaris, and I know he listens. You're out there somewhere. Put these maps. No, you know what? I remember now. He said he doesn't want custom maps on CP2.
Oh, it's all standard map?
Yeah, I think that was
probably the download issue.
Yeah.
Too. I don't know, man. We should just bite the bullet and get a download server and
that'd be great.
See what happens.
Well, one thing we could do also is we could, I don't know, we could go private for a little while. We could go private for a little while and have a bunch of custom maps. Yeah. Have a server, and I mean, as long as like it's only people from the CP community actually doing it, we don't have to worry about it as much. I don't know why they don't set up some kind of BitTorrenty sort of client with that stuff, so that you download the map from the other people who are playing in the game.
Yeah.
It seems like you should be able to do that.
I guess maybe it'd take, I don't know, maybe it'd take too long, and then the other people are like, man, I downloaded this map years ago. Quit, downloading it for me and slowing me down for this game.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I don't know. It's not a socialistic game, I guess.
Yeah.
But, so maybe we should do that. Go private. I mean, the only reason we were ever public was kind of for publicity, right?
Yeah.
Like, we don't care if we get new, I mean, it's fine to get new people on the server and stuff, but, if we just have it like a password in the forums, and that's where you get the password, you can give it out to your friends, that might not be such a bad idea.
Yeah. We'd be bad to try that up again.
We need to monitor the amount of downloads we're getting on the server. We need some kind of constant updating.
We are probably changing our upload servers for the MP3s because they gave us another ultimatum and we had to deal with it. And
why do they hate us? Why does everyone hate us?
Well, I think it's just at that point where we've gone past that being welcome on a home server.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of plans out there that are super dirt cheap, and they're super dirt cheap for a reason, because there's so many people that get websites out there that get one hit a day.
Yeah.
And then we come along and get a few more than that, like 4 or 5. And
4 or 5 million.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say about 4 or 5.
Yeah, I have a friend who does adult podcasting up in Canada, and
adult podcasting.
Yeah, he does a show called Robont Radio. He basically talks about celebrity sex tapes and all that kind of crazy stuff. Okay. Anyway, he goes, podcasting. He goes, it's a great hobby until you get popular. So yeah.
Yeah, that's well said. So I like I said, I played on number 2 on Friday, but I jumped over to the Nuke server, the Italian server.
Yeah,
and it was okay. I wasn't really feeling it. I don't know. Not too many epic things really happened.
Now, I do want to throw something out there while we're talking about all these different servers. We've gotten a lot of questions lately about, hey, can I start a server for Control Point and whatnot? And that's fine up to a point. Like, we want to make sure that if you start a server, that it's more of a Control Point community server, and people who play on it know that we have no control over it. We don't have admin mod, nothing. That it's run by a community member. Just because we've run into issues in the past for that sort of thing, and we just don't want any responsibility on. Yeah,
because the other thing is when we get other servers in our names, then all of a sudden we also have to take care of them. Like if something goes wrong, we start getting messages, and we're happy with our level of responsibility currently. Correct?
Yeah, it may be too much really right now.
But you made another point, and that was when we have people who create additional servers under Control Point, it's not that we don't want people donating to them as well, but if we have a donation link up for other people's servers, then we're losing donations on CP1, and our first goal is to pay for CP1.
Right.
So that's our primary focus.
And speaking of CP1, while we're there too, I had an idea. Our Nivek eras had a good idea on fixing some lag issues, and we may just move the server, the data center, to like Texas or something. So they have to we force them to move it to a different server. So hopefully we don't get a bad server again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And if we do, we switch it again, and we can say, "Look, we're switching it until you give us a good server."
Yeah.
How about that?
No kidding. We're always
you haven't done anything else for us, and I believe we've given you at least a little bit of business.
Oh, so. Yeah. We ended up on a random pub server. From the nuke server, I just thought, hey, let's just go on to like some pub server, just whatever random server you can find, but let's all stack up and get on one side. There was only like 4 or 5 of us that really wanted to move anyway.
You clan stacked?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
they all suck. It's okay.
But there was only a few of us, so it wasn't any big deal. There's no all talk, right? And we're used to all talk, so we wanted to be on one team just so we could talk. It's not like we were really even playing that well, or at least I wasn't. I don't know. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Shout out to Nintendo Ninja. I played with him. He was pretty cool. He's British. I ended up playing with so many British people. I was making people do Cockney accents. It was fun. Oi, fire! And it was really
Foya?
neat.
Is that Cockney?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
It's Cockney for fire? I don't know.
I think you got that. I think you're mixed up. Anyway, go.
Maurice Moss on IT Crowd, isn't he Cockney?
I don't know.
No, anyway.
Hello, Governor. You're on fire.
I can't do it either.
So it was cool. We stayed up till really late in the morning playing, and Satos came and played, and that was a lot of fun too. Australians.
Now you played late on Friday night?
Yeah.
Because I got on the computer at about like 11:45 or 12, and I did not see you in Team Fortress 2. Did you change your name?
No.
I did not see you on. I watched...
was I there? Because now I'm thinking about it, I think I got back on later.
Yeah? No, I didn't see anybody.
Were you like Wes Wilson, something long name?
No.
No, that was someone else pretending to be you.
Yes. Yes.
I was wondering because they were doing really well.
Shut up.
This is awesome. Signot in the chat said, you sounded like an old British hag.
Well,
that's Cockney.
He's doing his Eliza Doolittle impression from... Anyway.
So the biggest thing that happened... Actually, there's probably a really big thing that I forgot about because it was late and my memory sucks. But, this one guy, Buchbach, he's sent his questions in before. But he was saying in chat while we're playing that everything we say on our podcast is wrong. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, is he joking? I don't know. And I'm like, you mean everything? And he's like... I mean everything. Everything is wrong. Everything you say is wrong. I'm like, oh my God, okay. Hostile alert. So I was like, okay.
Did you say, hello, Governor?
So I said, you're definitely going to have to send something in. You're going to have, send an MP3 or send something in because, we're playing and I don't want to, get into this during the game. I think this is good discussion for the podcast. So I thought, definitely send an email before Sunday so we can talk about stuff. Maybe we are wrong. Maybe we're not. Who knows? It's just good talk. So I waited, and then today he sent something in. And actually, you know what? It's at the top of the listener contributions because it is a question. It's an email. I mean, it's an MP3 and stuff like that. So we'll get into that in a minute. But I thought that was pretty interesting that we had our first hostile.
What are you talking about first? Have you never looked at our forums or been on our iTunes reviews?
Well, yeah, that's true.
Come on, we got tons of people who think we're stupid.
Yeah, you're right. We've had people that were actually kind of hateful. This guy, he wasn't being hateful. I took it wrong when I first heard it, but anyway, he's cool. But we'll get into that.
Eric's very sensitive.
Yeah. So, any last words on status?
Hello, Governor.
Nice.
You've been saving that one. I've been watching you. You've been waiting.
I've been watching
4 more times, too. And then it gets funny again.
Yeah.
Love is in the air. Okay, where are we going to now?
We're going on a trip.
Are we going to on the loudspeaker? Do we have an intro or anything for this?
No, we sure don't this week. No one sent this one. I didn't make one. Brent didn't make one. You
News
didn't
and discussions. News and discussions. News and discussions. Discussions. Anyway, I don't know. There was a TF2 update.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you know?
That happened on February 2nd.
Yes. And it actually, there's a bunch of stuff that most people will never have to deal with. There was a bunch of new server settings and things like that. They fixed some server stuff. The main thing they did was they tweaked the crits.
Yeah.
They made it so that your initial crit percentage is lower, but you gain crit percentage faster. And the reason is they want you to steamroll. They want you to, or what's it called when you push when you're winning. And I thought this was kind of legitimate. I think it's better, if you haven't been fighting anybody for a little while and you jump out from around a corner, your odds of getting a crit should be less. They dropped it from 5% to 2% as your base chance.
Wow.
And then actually, if you go to teamfortress.com, they've actually got a graph of how this all works out.
From what I've seen in our own forums, people love it.
Well, I'm sure Mint does.
Yeah.
Anything to make crits less likely right off the bat, I'm sure he'd be happy with.
Yeah, even though, on US2, on CP2, crits are turned off completely. So people really, people have grown tired of crits. I don't know.
I think they should turn off crits for everyone but soldiers. That's what I think. I think it should be a class ability to have crits. I don't think everybody should have crits. I think it should be a product of one or a few of the classes.
Yeah.
I do think that some weapons should crit more than others. Like, I think that one thing they bring up in the Team Fortress blog is they talk about how they designate crits. And the way it works is a rapid fire weapon like the minigun, you roll for critical hits each second. And if you roll a crit, the next 2 seconds are critical hits. That's why when you crit with one bullet on a minigun, you're going to crit for a little while.
Okay.
And then rapid fire weapons, you roll for every single shot, which I think is legitimate. But I do think that there are certain weapons that should crit more often than others. Like, I don't necessarily think that a machine gun like the sniper's little SMG should crit as often as like a shotgun.
Yeah.
Because it seems like certain weapons are more prone to do more damage, like if you were to put a little bit of realism into it.
Yeah.
I like just keeping, what if we just keep the crit weapons and throw away all the crits that happen randomly with the regular non-crit.
Yeah.
Everybody after all these updates are probably going to end up with their own crit weapons, right? Everyone
weapons.
Yeah, after all the updates.
Yeah, after the updates.
Yeah.
Then maybe they can just cut it off and say, all right, guys, no more crits unless you make it happen yourself.
There'll probably be a way to make a no random crit server where you can crit if you do the tools that make you able to crit.
So like on server 2 though, like Bag Burner will crit, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it is already, I guess, on server 2.
Yeah.
Still screws the soldiers, but
Yeah. So what else happened on this update?
That's most of it. That's the real meat right there.
Wasn't there a Sasha thing? Didn't they?
Oh yeah, they played with Natasha to make the slowing code work better.
Okay. Slight reduction of the minigun spread.
Yep, they did that. They tightened up the spread a little bit.
Slight reduction. So they say that's an improvement.
Yeah, you're more accurate with it.
Okay. But you have less to cover. You have less area to cover. So I wouldn't say it's better. It's just different.
Well, I don't know. I'd like for my shots to be more tight. I'd say that's better.
Yeah. Increased John Cleast flare direct hit damage from 20 to 30. Flare direct damage from 20 to 30. So they increased that. That's nice.
I'll tell you what, I've been playing a lot more pyro. Like I've been doing mostly
everybody has
pyro and medic, and there's nothing like killing people with flare guns.
Really?
Like it's so much fun. Just
I never use it.
Oh, I use it all the time.
Well, now it's been buffed, so
Now I'll have to try it again. They also buffed the soldiers. They gave us more ammo.
4 extra rockets.
Yeah.
What?
How do you like that, Mr. Sticky?
What?
That's right. Cry me a river.
Soldiers got a
Cry
buff?
me a river.
Oh my God! I hate you.
I know you do.
That's pretty funny.
Man, that's horrible.
You can also create your own custom crosshair. That's interesting.
That seems odd.
That means we can import a little Spencer head graphic and shoot that all the time. Kind of neat.
So, one thing I also noticed is they changed, you know how spies, they're stealthed, and went over the intel, they would pick it up and become unstealthed and run off. Right?
What?
Like, if a stealth spy went into the intel room and ran over the intel, he would become unstealthed and have the intel. Well, now they changed it where you have to physically stop your stealth.
Yes.
Which I don't know if I like. I think that was almost a good thing for the defense, is a way to, like, stop them.
I don't know, because if you've got a sentry on it,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
What was going on was spies could see which way the sentry gun was facing and then grab it when it was at the farthest angle and then run the other way.
Yeah, but that's why you put the sentry gun on the intel.
Yeah, but still, no, I'm all for this. I think you should, just like you have to uncloak to backstab somebody, you should have to uncloak to pick up the intelligence.
Whatever.
Don't you have 4 rockets you should be playing with?
4 rockets, I do. Mr. Jealous.
I am jealous. My chair's squeaky. We need to...
Cry me river, cry me river.
So now snipers can no scope.
What?
They can turn off their scope altogether. What if you imported a 1 pixel PNG that was transparent? Then you have no scope. You have no crosshair anymore.
Why would you want to do that?
It's like for the pros, it's for like those with skill.
Well, but couldn't you, like you're saying, no scope, couldn't you, because you don't have a crosshair when you're no scope, right?
When you're not
scoped in.
Yeah,
so, but you couldn't put a crosshair in there.
It'd be pretty lame.
Well, yeah, because no one would scope in then. You just run around and no scope people.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Everything you're saying is wrong.
Cry me a river.
Love is in the air. Yeah, so I don't know. That's just kind of something for...
Okay, so that was, pretty much a big boring patch, nothing of substance.
I agree.
Except for the soldier change. That was awesome.
Shut up.
Lots of bug fixes too. I don't see much to really talk about.
Yeah.
So cool. All right. Congrats to the soldier for
Congrats to the soldier.
Your extra 4.
Everyone enjoy your better crit curve. Oh, and just so you know, in case you don't read the patch notes or anything, the way it works is your crit chance will increase based on the amount of damage you've done in the previous 20 seconds. So, and it caps off at like a little over 800, 810 or something like that. And basically what it boils down to is if you do 810 points within 20 seconds, your max crit chance, which I think is about 12%, 12 or 14%.
Let's see. So we going on to the next thing?
Yes.
Okay. Next thing here is a new TF2 official blog post. Take your lumps like a man, Private Twinkle Toes.
Well, that's exactly what we were just talking about.
Yeah, we pretty much talked all.
I don't know why you're bringing that up.
I'm living in the future. I just now traveled back in time to.
What did you hear when you got there?
To introduce this segment, and now I'm going back in the future. Okay, bye.
Click.
All right, continue. This is Eric from the past speaking right now.
Okay, are we ready to move on to the next section?
All right, and now that takes us out to the end of the episode.
Is this Eric from the future again?
Oh, yeah. Okay, Eric from the present here. Milkshake tunes. Ready for a tune?
I am.
Is this from I Drink Your Milkshake?
I drink your milkshake all day. Okay, here it is. Oh, by the way, this is titled The Best Song in the World.
I drink your milkshake.
I drink your milkshake.
I drink your milkshake.
I drink your milkshake.
Shake.
Shake.
Okay, there's some material to work with. All right.
Hey guys, at Control Point, I am currently sick, which will explain why this song is kind of crappy. But, I have titled my song The Best Song in the World, so let's start The Best Song in the World right now.
Prepare to attack the enemy's control points.
Get behind me, Doctor! I am fully charged!
Not only did I rickroll you guys, but I made a song to it about the Control Point hosts. Yay! We're no strangers to CP. You know the hosts, and so do I. Brent and Wes and Smexy Eric. Without this podcast, I would die. I must say our heavy needs a healing. Your podcast will show me how to do it effectively. Please don't grab Control Point up. Without the podcast, I would frown. You guys are famous all around the world. And I really like these guys. You guys have no reason why you should quit the podcast. Your cruise to the TF2 world. I've listened to the podcast for so long. The hosts are like my best friends. From Wes's wow skills to Brent's witty comments, to Eric's drunkenness when he plays after dark. I must say our team is a-bleeding. You guys will teach us how to fight like men. Please don't run Control Point up. Without the podcast I would frown. You guys are famous all around the world. And I really like these guys. You guys have no reason why you should quit the podcast. Your gurus to the TF2 world. Yeah.
I can't decide if I'm impressed or revolted.
I think Nivek had a version of that song that was better. I'm sorry.
You like Nivek's version better?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nivek had one? Did he sing? Oh, the one about Brent Copeland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that was good as a second up to that one.
Gotcha.
Nice. I love how some of those lyrics, like verses, had to really be shoved in there. Like
trying to see how much you can say as fast as you can say before the end of the beat.
Yeah. But as usual, excellent tune by Milkshake Man. Let's go on to listener contributions.
Listener contributions.
Done.
Your enthusiasm is
awesome.
It's
today.
heartwarming.
I feel enthusiastic.
I feel it in my cockles.
Right. Is that like a Cockney accent?
I don't know.
Spencer is back. Okay. Here is a good question from Tuesday the 5th. What is your ideal question?
Aren't we going to do the one that you said we were going to do first and let your contributions?
No.
About everything we say is wrong.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll get to it.
Okay.
What is your ideal question? What do you want us, the CP community, to send in questions about? Every week we hear about what you don't want. Class questions, which I totally agree with. Unlock ideas, emails with more than one question. The list goes on. So what would you like to get emails about? Great work as always. Tuesday the 5th. I want more questions like these. This is a very well thought out question.
Yeah, so ask us what we want to ask more. That's a good
questions about questions.
Yes.
No. Come on. So, like you hit on something there when you said, not more than one question. Well, a lot of those emails that have multiple questions, they're all great questions.
Yeah.
But if people come up with 10 questions in every single email, and we have 4 billion questions, it just bogs down the whole show. So just send in one question per episode.
Yeah. If you're gonna send in 10 questions, you're going to get like 1/10 of an answer's worth of questions for each of those questions.
Right. And I think each question sent in by a player, a listener, it has its own life, right? You can almost tell what the question's going to be by just seeing the name of who sends it in, right?
Yeah.
And so I think it almost adds a little flavor of them to each episode. So why not spread that loving out?
Yeah.
That's true.
And no more class questions.
Yeah. We had a few this week, and again, they got removed.
I think a great question would be, why is the soldier so much better than the demo man? Awesome question right there. It sparks some debate among us where, Wes is all like, well, I only get 16 pipes to put down and you just got 4 more, and we go back and forth and we get in a fist fight and throw stuff at each other.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And don't send that question.
Now, the other thing that we like is anything that actually, where you get, if you've had a debate with somebody in the game about something, that might be a good thing to ask us about. What do you guys think? If you've sat there and bickered back and forth with somebody and said, no, this is a terrible place for a sentry, and somebody went, oh, I kill so many people there, that's a good question. The stuff that doesn't make good questions is who would win in a fight, because you really don't debate that for very long, because the answer is Wolverine.
Wolverine. I didn't see that one coming.
I didn't either. I thought he was going to pull out the demo man with the 16 pipes.
Nah. I thought I was about to hear the chief.
Oh, damn. Drink.
Left 4 Dead.
All right. So, this next one is cool. This is about Valentine's Day from Possum. Everyone should have a Valentine, and everyone should get one of these on their special day. And he gives us a link to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. No, wait, 5. I can't count. There are 5 Valentines here. TF2 and a couple Left 4 Dead ones.
Yep.
Very cool. I remember seeing a bunch of TF2 Valentines from last year on DeviantArt. So these are really cool.
I love this one with the hunter tackling what's his name?
Bill.
The vet. Bill.
Yep.
And it's a tickle fight, and he's going hee.
Tickle fight. Nice.
Yes.
And there's one of the heavy, and it says, heart is heavy when you're not around, Valentine.
Nice.
Yes, I just bought a bunch of Valentines for my son's class. So
I just pasted all of these into the chat room, by the way.
I'm going to send these in for my son.
We had 69
this would be kind of cool. Print them up, send them to school.
So it says Alexandria Neonakis.
Yes.
Is credit to team. The artist, and hotter than a pyro's flamethrower by an Uber sentry nest rush.
The artist, and hotter than a pyro's flamethrower after an Uber sentry nest rush.
He doesn't read so well. Just let it alone.
A sentry nest?
Let it alone.
Oh, sentry
a pyro
nest.
gets Ubered going
I
into
read it like sentry nest rush.
No.
Like, what's a nest rush?
No.
I rush your birds.
Now you're just getting porno or something. I'm going to put my flamethrower in your nest, baby.
Nice.
It's like, this is Valentine's. It's not
But
porno
she's
day.
got, she's evidently got another website.
Oh, right. Bevotron, right?
Yeah.
BEAVO.
Oh, no, it's Beavotron.
TF2 lovers, art lovers, and hot artist lovers should check out her site for more related art and Valentine's cards. Very cool. Happy Valentine's Day from Possum. Excellent work, sir.
Ooh, there are some cool little Valentines here. Ooh, there's a Pyro one, and a Taran one, and a Katamari one. That's kind of cool.
Hey, you know what?
What?
We have a call from Sliced Bread, so we don't have to read this one. We can just play it. And if I can find it, it'll go something like this.
Hit it!
Hey, CP, this is Sliced Bread again, and I've got two things this week. First of all, you talked about last week how red was always on defense and blue was always on offense, and I kind of agree with you. I thought that they kind of got that backwards, but I found that in other games like Halo, that it's red's default is defense and blue's default is offense. So there's probably some psychology or game design theory that causes it to be like that for multiple games. And also I heard about a study that players playing in red do better than players playing in other colors. And that was for real life sports, so I don't know if that's different than video games, but that may have entered into the decision. And for my second thing, my question is, and this might be kind of witch classy, so if it's too witch class, then I guess you guys can just ignore it. What classes have your favorite audio taunts and video taunts? My favorite audio taunts are the heavies, but my favorite video taunts are like the soldiers banging himself on the head with a shovel or juggling grenades and rockets. That's all I got for this week. Keep up the great show.
Kaboom! Kaboom!
That one never gets old.
Yeah, those are good ones. I kind of like what he chose, although the Demo Man does have some pretty good ones. They'll have to glue you back together in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a lot of the spy ones, too.
Yeah, Spy's funny.
Yeah, I like the Pyro. I like the Pyro's Fireball.
Voice taunts?
Oh, voice taunt wise? Yeah, I guess maybe not the Pyro. I like the Pyro best for the actual, like, animated taunts. Although seeing the Engie do his little hoedown thing, his little happy feet dance thing, that's pretty nice. Slapping his knee. But yeah, maybe the Spy or the Heavy for audio taunts, I think, because they have like the coolest voices, I think. You got blood on my suit.
Are you zoning out there, Brent?
Nope, just ready for the next question.
Well, you know what? We need more taunts. It's been over a year, and I think
taunt pack.
They're running a little dry. We need a taunt pack.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'm right there too. Give us new taunts.
We got an email.
We did. Cool. You want to read it?
It's from Fight the Food 22.
I know.
I'm sad that you are angry with the chief, but I will ask you a real question. What user-created map would you like to see published by Valve?
Duel 2.
He asked that question when I left the room last week, wasn't
Really?
Yeah. He asked the ultimate chief question or whatever.
Yeah.
So I finally got to hear it.
Yeah.
Remember? Because last week I was locked out or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I locked you out of the room. It was great.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Duel 2 and Skyscraper 2.
Oh, my God.
The 2-pack.
The 2-pack. Yeah. 2-pack shaker.
Both of them.
All right.
I'm really surprised that Mach 4 hasn't been included yet.
Mach 4
is not a Valve published map.
I think the problem with Mach 4, I love Mach 4, but I think there is a problem with when you have one team stacked, it's so much easier to see the difference between the team. Like, you will just get steamrolled so much faster on that map than you will most other maps, even when you're stacked. That and the labor. I think that's why you don't see... and honestly, those probably would be the two maps I would like to see endorsed more, because I think they are two good maps. I just think they're a little steamrolling.
They are. I'll give you that. But I mean, then again, what you call is steamrolly, the new one.
Duel 2?
No.
Oh, Fastlane.
Fastlane's steamrolly too.
Yeah,
so they obviously don't have any problem with making steamrolly maps.
Yeah, I think they had to use that one because they stole that for like part of their other maps or stuff. It's true.
I like our new adjective, by the way.
Rolly, steamrolly.
Steamrolly. You know, speaking of Mach, did you know that there is a new arena Mach 2? Made by Val Pickle, same guy.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
It looks really cool.
When are we going to get him on the show?
I don't know. We need to. I sent him an email and he hasn't sent one back.
So someone needs to do Duel 2 arena style, right?
Yeah, you're right though. It really is. If there's any game mode that is made for, it's arena, right?
Yeah.
Because
So
you're
do it
physically
right.
in an arena, But yeah.
Anyway, so we've got more stuff here to talk about.
I'd like to see something. One thing.
You're still talking.
Yeah, I am. What might be cool is if they had some kind of segmented 1v1 thing. Like, what if everybody showed up and you were sort of all in the spectators, and then one by one you got randomly put down in there.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like old football practice where the coach would tap you on the head and you had to go in.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome.
And then,
kind of a King of the Hill style. Like, one guy sits in the middle and someone comes in to his room and he's got to eat his lunch.
Yeah. And basically maybe your team votes on who goes next.
Oh, that would be kind of cool. While they're fighting, a vote pops up.
Yeah.
And they send the next person. So,
yeah.
That's a pretty interesting style there.
I don't know. I think it might create some interesting ideas.
Bull ring. The bull ring is what they used to call in football. So steal it and use it.
Okay. Well, cool. Where were you going to go there, Brent, before I rudely interrupted you with my bull ring idea?
I was going to go, I want a map that has a demo man with 20 pipes. But anyway, we've got an email from Spazoid311. I guess this is an image here. TF2_hamheads.
Yeah. This is very cool.
And he says, just starting listening to the podcast recently, and I was surprised at how long I can listen to you guys talking about TF2 or other things and still be entertaining. I really enjoy the podcast and hope you guys keep it up. Now, recently I had found templates for paper models on the TF2 classes. The series of therefrom are called Hamheads, and I thought they looked rather cool. So I had been working on a whole cast for about a week now, and last night I finished the last one, the Heavy. I must say the result is something I'm really happy with, so I took a picture of them and made a wallpaper for myself, which I attached. Hope you enjoy, and if anyone wants to make their own set, they can download them here.
That's cool.
This is really amazing work. They're basically, paper cutouts of all the characters, and the image is that of the actual Team Fortress 2 cover, where you see a display of all of the classes. But they're all paper, and they're extremely well done. I mean, aren't they awesome?
That's really cool. Would you like to see some bobbleheads or something like that?
Yeah, they actually kind of look like bobbleheads, really.
They do. They also look like, what are the little miniature figures? You know how you can get the Star Wars figures and the little
Legos?
No, the big head versions.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they're called.
Well, this is. I was talking to you earlier about the Castle Crasher figures. This is what they look like, except for they're plastic and not paper. But that would be a great way to do these, I think, in that same kind of style. And then you can get those together with your Castle Crasher figures and have a little fight.
Yeah, chibi. I have been informed from the chat room they're chibi, but these guys don't have big hands, so they just have big heads. So they're only half chibi. So they're like chi.
Okay, I'll take your word for that. On that.
Hey, look at that! The demo man only has 6 pipes on the front of his. Anyway.
Nice.
Hello there, Governor. I'm changing it for you.
Yeah, speaking of Cockney and governors, we wait a minute. Am I on track here? Yes, I am. Okay. Yep. So here is the guy that I talked about before.
We called you out. You're angry about this guy, aren't you?
Totally. Boochbach, which is small cow in Welsh. You might remember.
Now you're calling him a small cow.
He said that we're wrong on everything we say on the podcast.
Wait. Did you bring up that when he said you're wrong, Y-O-U-R, that he should have said you are wrong, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So you're wrong, Boochbach.
And we're right. There's something we're right on. Bam!
So here's what he sent in after I begged him to, I said, you got to send something in. You got to. So here's what he sent.
Hello, this is Buchbach, and I was wondering that if you knew how many things you got wrong on your podcast. It's only small facts, and I can't be bothered to draw any examples, but it might just be me overanalyzing things. Anyway, you do a great podcast and keep up the good work. Also, I have a beard question. Now, this is for Wes, because he's the only one without a beard. If you could overcharge Eric or Brent's beard to stop them from being burnt by a pyro, whose beard would you overcharge? Keeping in mind that the beard that you don't overcharge will be burnt and lost forever. Goodbye.
Wow, that's a tough one.
That's a very odd question.
Yeah. So I guess he admitted to the fact that he couldn't really find anything that we weren't right on.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, there's tons of it. So it's not like you were wrong.
It's not like tons though. Like if you were, if we, let's say we randomly gave out,
I would say there's probably at least 62 pieces of bad information.
Well, yeah, we've got 62 episodes, and we probably give out. I mean, good Lord, the first 12. Of course, there's going to be a lot wrong on those.
I know. I'm saying that I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's a podcast. Of course, we're going to say stuff wrong, and that's why people call in to correct us. And I think that's great because we want to, give out the best information there is.
I don't think it's
for
great.
any TF2 podcast.
Don't correct us. No.
Correct us,
jerks.
But I don't think the ratio of wrong facts versus correct facts is that in which that it's enough to bring out to the public and say your podcast is wrong, because you know what I mean? Like, doesn't it sound like the majority of what comes out of our mouth is wrong?
Yes. Oh, definitely.
I mean,
yeah.
But then he corrected it and said, well, there's just small things, facts here and there. But of course, we're aware of that anyway. So I guess there's not much drama there to be squeezed out. Not as much as I thought at first when he said it during the game, because it sounded like he was threatening or something,
Yeah.
Oh,
did he mail you anything?
You're that host. You're that guy that's on that wrong podcast.
Maybe he meant wrong as in we say stuff that's wrong. Like, not like technically wrong, but like, Jewish hand jobs, things like that.
Yikes.
And I'm also supposed to answer a question. Although I did have a beard. I used to have a beard.
Oh, yeah.
I might have a beard again one day.
Yeah, I've seen pictures.
Yep. I get a little thin beard, though. These guys get all furry faced, and I'm
a little thinny? Like
it comes
Backstreet Boy?
Well, not really, but it gets it grows low on the jaw.
Okay.
So like it goes down onto the neck, but I shave that part off.
Yeah, you don't want a
So I end up with a thin line on the bottom. But no, it's not like a thinny. No.
I can't wait for the next MMO that comes out, and you're choosing the beard, and there's actually one that says like Backstreet Boy style.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, I know what style that is. That's like Wes's beard.
I think the neck beards are scary. They're
neck beards are scary.
It's like a scarf or something,
Yeah,
those are scary,
especially when they're really long on the neck. It's like
it's like a turtleneck built in.
Yeah.
I like them only if they continue down into chest hair, and they do some weird pattern down at the bottom.
Ah, nice. Now that would be the turtleneck.
Anyway, whose beard would I save if I could Uber a beard?
I've got a scar under mine. Just keep that in mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what I would do is I would split the Uber. It only lasts half as long, but then we could kill the pyro by the time.
That's true.
Give me some knucks on that one. Yeah.
I like it. And I wouldn't say that you have a beard. It's more of a donut.
It's a goatee. You got a goatee. Or no, is that a Van Dyke? Technically a Van Dyke?
Or something. I don't know.
I think
I always thought it was a donut.
I think a goatee has no mustache.
And sheer.
Yeah.
A goatee has no mustache. A Van Dyke has the mustache.
And you used to have that. You used to have just the goatee.
I've had just a goatee. I've had a Van Dyke, and I've had a beard.
Van Dyke is like what you see in a lot of Western, like modern day Westerns.
Yeah.
Like where they have the mustache and then the lippy, right?
Gordon Freeman has a Van Dyke.
Gordon Freeman?
Yeah, from Half-Life 2.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, I thought you said Morgan Freeman.
But I will point this out. I have seen Eric more often without a beard than I have seen Brent without a beard.
Yeah.
So if
mine's relatively new,
if it really came down to it, I would jump in front of the flamethrower to save Brent's beard.
Yeah, I'll probably shave mine off. I've been thinking.
I think you grow yours faster than mine.
Yeah,
mine takes about a week to grow in.
Mine takes much longer than that.
Yeah, it takes me about a week. So it's about the same.
I've shaved mine off twice since I've been married. My kids have seen me once without facial hair.
Gotcha.
Beard.
And then I put blindfolds on them so they couldn't see for the rest of the week until they grew back in.
Yikes. That's getting creepy.
We got an email from Jazz. Can we move on?
Yeah. Let's get away from Beardcast.
Hello, Control Point. Jazz here.
Wait. He said what? Hello, Control Point.
When did you start becoming Wolfman Jack over there?
Don't know. But it fits because Jazz is European.
But he doesn't sound like Wolfman
He does.
Jack.
Have you ever heard him?
Yes, I have heard him.
Hello, Governor. That's what he calls me. And he says, hello, Governor. We need to get the new maps. Maps.
I'm really glad we got the compressor on this recording.
Me too.
I wanted to let the listeners know about the map test that I frequently run on my servers under the name Keep or Kill. This is a great opportunity for map makers to get impartial feedback on what works with the maps and what doesn't work, and more importantly, what could be improved. The main problem is that we have fun at these events, but the max we get is 6 or 7. We run tests about every day, but we really need more people to help test these maps. If anyone has any suggestions on what to test, contact me or post either in the Control Point thread or in the Keep or Kill forum on my website. Links are provided at the end of the email, blah, 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 blah. And I would also recommend, Jazz, if you want to get up a tester group, like a Steam community, that might not be a bad idea. That way you could do a general announcement to everybody who's playing to come and help test the map.
Yeah, I agree. Good. Well, that sounds cool. I've been dying to play some new maps.
You've said that already in this podcast.
I know. I'm just reinforcing it
a few times. It seems like stuff is getting repeated a lot in this podcast.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it happens. We've had several good weeks in a row. It's time for us to have a big downer episode.
Downer? With stuff like, hello, governor! It's like, best.
Yeah.
Week.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we also got something from Snooky Face.
Snooky Face.
Snooky Face.
Hello, Snookies. Snookies. What did the medic give me if that was not medicine? Thanks, Snooky Face.
Oh, that is not medicine.
That was a needle in the face.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah. What you got was a... What was it?
You got smacked down by a medic, I believe.
Yeah, they used to be infected syringes. What were they in the old?
Kind of like...
He had an axe, basically.
No, what was his old syringe? Didn't he have a syringe gun in the old one, too?
No. He had a nail gun, but it shot bullets.
Oh.
And then and how he healed people was he had an axe that he came up to his own team and hit his people with an axe. And then how he infected people is we came up and hit them with the same axe.
Okay. But yeah, you're getting needles full of death.
I think he's got some sort of like sulfur mustard gas canisters that he's injecting you with.
I don't know. He doesn't seem like he would have anything stinky. It would be very
What
clean.
is going on in the chat room? I look over and it's just like AIDS.
They're saying the syringes are full of AIDS. Which is highly inappropriate and shouldn't have been mentioned on the podcast, Brett.
Well, it reminded me of some cards that I saw, and I don't even remember where now, but there would basically be like, pictures of puppy dogs, but then it'd be like, I have syphilis, and it's like you're supposed to give these cards to people to let them know when bad things happen, but as like real cute, the little kitty cat.
Yikes.
And so there would be one, AIDS. Anyway, let's move on.
Yep.
Alrighty.
So, yeah.
Thank you, Snooky Face.
We got an email from Mortos, their soul stealer. Is it really Dare? Mortos, which is Spanish. Dare, which is German. Soul stealer, which is something else.
And it's Cockney.
Oh, yeah, governor.
Hey, soul stealer! Hello, soul stealer! However, this message is supposed to be read in a thick Russian accent.
Uh-oh.
Hello, CP hosts. Is that Russian?
It works.
It's good enough. It's Austrian, but go ahead.
This is Mortos the Soul Stealer. That is kind of Austrian, isn't it?
It is, Schwarzenegger.
I read this before the show, and I actually did it in a pretty good Russian accent.
You Arnold.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get Ash to do it in Arnold.
In a thick Russian accent. Yeah, now it's coming out Scottish. With the scout update.
Come on.
Can you do it in Chinese?
Ching chong, ching chong chong.
Oh, no.
It's just like in the song.
It is, I know, and it was wrong then.
With the scout update well on its way and new maps coming, how do you feel about the balance of the game, particularly with maps and difficulty progression? For instance, every capture point in Dust Bowl is more difficult to capture than the one before it, which, coming from a view of an amateur mapper such as myself, is a extremely difficult feat of designing. On the other hand, a map like Gold Rush is rather unbalanced because the second checkpoint on the first stage is by far the hardest to capture. Anyway, keep up the good work. I adore the podcast and all the servers, even the ones I've never played on, and hope to see you in game soon. Mortos der Soul Stealer.
Nice.
So, wait, the second cap point on Gold Rush is the hardest, huh?
I would say that, yeah. It's true.
Really?
That's why they redesigned the map to make it easier.
I'd say the second one on the second leg is one of the hardest ones.
I don't know. The first one, they had to actually come back in and put, closed-in sniper decks and all this other stuff to make it easier. So I would say until they made those changes that it was probably hardest on there. But I think that also shows you that they're professional map makers. That's what they do for a living, and even they made mistakes and had to go back in and recorrect. And I think that's what you do is you make your map and you throw it up on Jazz's test server, get people to go test it, and then fix it.
Yeah.
And I was told by the chat room that the Mortos der Soul Stealer is actually an Invader Zim reference, and considering I own everything from Invader Zim on DVD, I'm ashamed.
You should be.
I haven't watched it in forever. I need to pick it back up and listen to it. Oh, watch it all again.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
So, any other talk about that question?
That was awesome.
I'm not really sure there's much to debate. I mean,
okay.
Cue
the music.
Other than I just think the scout update's a myth.
Really?
But yeah.
You don't think it's really
I don't
coming
think it's
out?
actually going to happen.
I do.
You do?
Yeah. I do. I believe.
No, but I guess I do.
I gotta believe.
I see something on that end is like with each new class coming out, are you going to have to go back and retune all your old maps?
No.
And that wasn't really said there, but I think that's kind of part of the question that's inferred. And I would have to say no, I agree with you, Wes, because I think if you had to do that, then I think Valve messed up.
Yes.
Because they shouldn't be making any class more powerful.
Right.
They should all be just different.
The only way that I think you should have to retool is if some particular class is able to exploit the terrain in ways that was not, in previous versions, which if you're making a terrain exploit, that's a bad thing,
Yeah. Well, that actually does bring up something, with the scout. What if they add something new that makes him jump just a little bit higher somewhere? And now he can get somewhere that maybe he shouldn't have been able to?
Yeah, that would definitely cause problems. I don't see that in the future. I could see more lateral movement, maybe. Maybe there's a way to do a double jump horizontally as opposed to vertically. Does that make sense?
Double jump my heart. Okay, so
that's not how that goes.
I know. I was doing a rendition.
Oh,
but yeah, no.
Is it a tribute? This is just a tribute.
You gotta believe.
I was really just giving time to queue up the next MP3.
Oh, did you get his PS, by the way, from Soul Stealer?
Oh, no.
Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead drink.
Left 4 Dead drink. Okay, this next one comes in from Leah Shadow.
Hey, Control Point, Leia here. Now, my question is about the future of the podcast. As I'm sure we all have realized, the updates and unlockable weapons have changed the way we play the classes in TF2. So do you guys think you'll do another round of class overview segments when all the class updates are finished, if the podcast is still around that long, since the strategies and information you did in the first 11 episodes will be so out of date? Tell me what you think, and I'll see you around.
If what does she mean by that?
I don't understand this if of what she says.
Yeah.
I think I have resisted redoing the classes before all the updates are done.
Yeah,
you realize that could be like 4 more years.
Well, it'll probably be more like a year and a half. Right?
Well, I hope it's not that long.
Because
that leaves the game imbalanced, doesn't it? When some people have...
No. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be imbalancing the game because they're not making classes more powerful.
Right.
They are making classes have...
just
more
diverse.
Yeah, more diversity.
Yeah.
So you can choose this weapon over that weapon, but they should be just as powerful, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Or you would never choose the other weapon ever.
Right. Yeah.
I'm all for redoing the classes. It feels it feels too soon right now. Like we've talked about it before. The question of us redoing the classes has been talked about. It still feels too soon. I mean, we only did them a year ago, and kind of like the way we talk about stuff, we want to have some spontaneity, and just rehashing, something from a year ago doesn't feel very spontaneous to me.
Yeah, and they keep making big changes to existing classes all willy-nilly, like what they did with the engineer. It's not even his update, and he got huge changes. Yeah. That would have just screwed us up because, now we got to redo the NG episode.
Well, and I guess that's kind of my argument for redoing the classes as they come out and, give a little bit of playtime for them, but then, do another episode of the Medic. We can even use the original one and do like a Mystery Science Theater where we play the original and listen to it live, and we stop it and we talk about why things changed or were wrong or how updated.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it'd be a really
interesting
episode.
Idea. I like where you're going with that.
That's pretty cool.
Long.
We should do that to the very introduction episode and just rag on ourselves.
Because we never rag on ourselves.
So right now we can get another 62 episodes out of ourselves. We just start with episode 1. Yeah. It's CP Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. We can pick out how many times we're wrong on the show.
Do you want to read the next one?
Brenty?
Oh, this is from El Destructor 4752. Hey, you may or may not know this, but I'm going to say it anyways. I see lots of people not knowing this.
That's true. A lot of people don't know it.
Is there something that... Did it go away?
Uh-oh.
I can't scroll down or anything.
Really? As a cloaked and despised spy, you can stay cloaked indefinitely with the new update. If you use a dispenser, no matter what level of dispenser, you will never run out of cloak if you're standing next to the dispenser. A level 1 dispenser will simply keep your cloak and you will not turn visible. A level 2 will slowly refill your cloak bar, and a level 3 will fill it up very quickly. A very commonly overlooked thing that a spy can do is destroy a level 3 sentry with ease with his revolver. Simply get to a calm spot with nobody nearby, make sure you're out of range of the sentry, and shoot away. 6 bullets will destroy a level 3 sentry. If you need to, shoot the NG first and then destroy the sentry. Hope you enjoy my tip. Keep up the good work, guys.
I like the first one. You can stand next to a dispenser and be invisible forever. That makes total sense. And in fact, we have, pictures from previous episodes where you can see the cloaked spy standing next to the dispenser.
Yes.
You see the outline. Anyway, but the second one I don't really agree with, because you say that it's easy to take out a level 3 sentry with only 6 bullets. 6 bullets is a lot. I mean, that's not... 6 bullets, you're standing there that long to take 6 bullets, and you're right out of range from a level 3, which means you're not getting smacked in the face by the heat-seeking rocket.
Yep.
That doesn't sound easy to me.
And to be honest, it's very rare you're going to be able to find a good angle. I mean, if there's a sentry that's up that you aren't going to be targeted by it, a sniper is going to be killed it long before a spy gets to it.
Yeah. Especially after taking 6 shots in the same direction. I don't know. I mean, it's a good fact that you could take it down in 6, assuming that's true. We didn't test it, but yeah. I wouldn't try that anyway. What do you think, Brett?
I don't know. I'm not that good of a spy to comment on that, really. I mean, I can see what he's saying, and I would like to try it just to see, I might try more. I mean, I started, using my gun more like after I sap a sentry. When I first played Spy, all it was, the old sap game, trying to sap something, and then
sap and stab.
Run away and try to keep away. But, I started trying the stuff, trying to stab an NG and then sapping something, or sapping something, stabbing an NG, or, sapping it and then start firing away at it, and then getting ready to invis if he unsaps it, things like that. And so I could see how it's useful just to keep in mind that you have another weapon. Even pulling out your knife and stabbing the gun, is going to help you kill that gun faster.
That's a funny image.
Right.
So, anyway.
Spy stabbing my sentry.
So, thank you, Destrutor. Here's an email from Canadian Zombie Toast from Eugene, Oregon. Hello again, It's Canadian zombie toast from Eugene, Oregon. Sorry for the bad question. Oh, he sent in a bad question last week. But I have a real one this week. Wow.
Wait a second. There are no bad questions, just bad hosts that treats them like bad questions. Anyway, go on.
While as a spy, if someone on your own team overheals you, then your cloak will be... What? Wait a minute.
Yes.
Then the cloak will...
And then you cloak. Will the enemy see the overheal particle effects while cloaked? And once you are uncloaked, disguised as the enemies, will the enemies see the overheal particle effects?
Oh, right. I was owned by the lack of punctuation. But yes, you can, right? Did we? Isn't that part of what we just talked about?
I actually do not know the answer to this. I believe that you do, but that is a total guess.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
I don't know.
Am I wrong, Brett?
I don't know. I will say I do throw heals on spies every once in a while, but I always keep in mind that I only do it in the backfield.
I heal anybody and everybody that's within range of me. I will sit there and just shuffle between targets. Unless I got a heavy and a heavy or a soldier under fire, I'll heal everybody around me as fast as I can.
Well, once I'm out of what I consider the backfield of whatever map I am in, I do not heal a spy unless they ask for it. It goes along with my whole get away from a spy theory. Spies do what they do, and they do it well usually, and you need to just leave them alone and let them do it. And if you heal them in front of the other team, they know he's a spy.
Yeah. Most people in the chat room are saying that it no longer shows. That it used to, but it was a bug, and they fixed it.
Okay.
So,
thank you, chat room.
Yes. So we have the consensus of control point voices.
Alrighty.
And it's you want me to read the next one?
This one's an MP3.
Oh, yeah.
This one is from Nintendo Ninja.
Hey, Control Point, it's Nintendo Ninja again, and I've got the question for this week. What do you think TF2 would be like without all of the achievements, and what difference do you think this would make, especially to how you unlock weapons? And I'd like to hear your views on whether you agree with achievements, and whether you think they should be scrapped or otherwise. Anyway, thanks. I'll see you next week, Nintendo Ninja.
I don't have a problem with achievements. No, I don't think... All in all, I think the achievements are for fun. I don't think they necessarily impact the game all that much, except around release time for new class unlocks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's cool periodically when you're doing stuff and all of a sudden you get an achievement. It's like, ooh, look at that. Wow, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Well, unless you do farm all, and then you have none of that to look forward to. And that's why I wish they would actually put more in, like just thousands. Like so many that you would never have enough time to like farm them. So you just would not try to farm them, and they would just kind of happen. Or maybe not let you see what they are, right?
Well, but I mean,
I think that's how I would like it. Don't let me know what they are.
Yeah, but I'm not sure they can get away with that.
Oh, yeah, they can.
Well, okay, yes, but...
I think, that's how some games do it, right?
I guess, I don't know.
Like Warhammer. You can see some of them, but for the most part, you can't see them.
Okay.
Well, I'm a fan. I like the achievements. I like the names of the achievements. They're always witty and funny. The little graphics for each one are also awesome. I'd see no reason to take them out.
So our next email is from Corn. Capital C, little O, capital R, little N, Corn. Not corn like the blood god. Anyway, hey CP, I have an NG tip for you guys. If you have a well-placed sentry at the top of a staircase or near the top, like in the entrance of Mach 4, place the teleporter exits and entrances in the middle of the stairs. They will act as bait and will give you a few easy kills. It will slow down the enemy because they must jump over or destroy the teleporter to continue up the stairs. This is important because when your sentry is shooting at them and they deploy an Uber, it might slow them down long enough so that they can't destroy the sentry. Keep the podcast going. P.S. It took me exactly a month to listen to all 61 podcasts.
Wow.
Painful.
That's 2 hours a day for a month.
Whoa. Holy crap.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't want to listen to us that much. That is a good tip. I like that one a lot. I think that's a good, healthy...
Yeah. One thing to keep in mind with that, though, is you are going to have just as much trouble getting over those as the spy will. So keep that in mind as you're trying to go save your sentry.
That's true.
Plus, it takes valuable hardware out of the game. That hardware might be useful. Like when I'm playing Mach 4, the first thing I do after I get my sentry up is I drop down, is I build a teleporter exit up top and then jump down and put a teleporter entrance down below, so that people who are downstairs can get upstairs if they want to.
Oh yeah.
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 So anybody want to read this next one?
Who's this from?
Cowarus Lover? Look at me having... Do I sound like you?
Yeah, you do. Cowarus Lover. Hey, Control Point. This is Cowarus Lover.
Wov. Anyway, sorry.
Marriage.
My question to you guys is what generation of community maps is the Team Fortress community on? What I mean is, how far has the mapping community evolved? The first generation of maps were obviously those that have been started just after the release of the SDK. And the rest of the generations were the progressive improvements on each previous generation of maps. Okay, that's just true. Also, as a suggestion, I thought that maybe if you guys tried to start up a custom map discussion every week, you may be able to convince the community to stop asking class questions and and talking about Left 4 Dead. Drink. Good job, guys. Keep up the awesome work. So, that's not a bad idea.
We got kind of tired of the custom map thing. Mostly because...
See, I like talking about a new map. I mean, I would like to do that, and I guess for the third or fourth time I'll mention I really want to play custom maps. I want to play a new custom map. And I want to talk about it on the show. So somebody hook me up with some maps. Put some maps on a server and tell me to go there, and I'll play them.
I mean, I would love to hear about custom maps. Like if someone sent in a weekly custom map review... something that was just a few minutes about a map and told you about it. That's one thing, but to go in detail a map like we did the first, Valve maps, I think it's painful with custom maps because a lot of people don't play custom maps.
Yeah, especially the console gamers.
And so if we had 30 minutes to an hour talking about a custom map every week and it was just something that's, they would probably put down the podcast or, stop listening at that point. So I don't know.
Paramilitary strike force.
Anyway.
Okay.
So we got an MP3 coming up from Invisible Ted here. Is that true?
Oh, yes, we do. Invisible Ted.
Oh, there's one other thing I want to talk about real quick. As far as the generations...
Oh, right.
We didn't really cover that.
Oh, right.
Yeah. The generations of maps, I think that there is definitely an amount of... snowballing that happens, and we don't have a whole lot of... I don't think there's a whole lot of momentum behind the TF2 map developers right now. When a game first comes out, you get a lot of, extra joie de vivre associated with creating for that kind of environment. And I don't think that there's as much of it now. There's still good maps coming out. I mean, Steel came out, like 8 months ago, 6 months ago? Mm-hmm. It wasn't...
Well, that's the first time I saw it. I don't know when it actually came out.
Well, it was fairly late in the game, as far as, what was going on. But, yeah, within a couple of months of the SDK coming out, there were, 24 good custom maps that we still play for the most part. Yeah. I really haven't played any maps. I played PL Hoodoo, I played PL Swift, and PL Frontier, but other than that, I can't really think of any other custom maps that I've played in the past 6 months that I didn't play before 6 months ago.
Same here.
Well, I can say that too, but only because I pretty much play on CP server, 80% of the time, and we just don't play new maps on there. So that's why I haven't played them. I'm sure they're still coming out, and I think it's go talk to Jazz in that community. They're testing them daily.
Mm-hmm. True.
All right, MP3.
Yes, from Invisible Ted.
Hey, Control Point, Invisible Teddy here with a scrap of Demo Man intel. After the Demo Man nerf, we all knew we could destroy Demoman stickies, but it turns out you can also destroy Demoman pipe bombs. Do you think this is a glitch, or do you think this is a feature? And if it is a feature, do you think this is overpowered or underpowered or what? Loving the podcast, Invisible Ted.
Invisible Ted. Invisible Ted.
So he sent us a video, which I've already watched, that is proof that you can indeed destroy pipe bombs.
I thought that was part of the big Demoman nerf. That was included in it, wasn't it? Wasn't it even in the patch notes that you were able to shoot
the pipe bombs?
Pipe bombs out of the air.
I thought it was just stickies. I don't think we ever realized it was pipe bombs as well.
I could be wrong here. But I
don't think I cared enough to whether it was one.
Yeah, I know you don't care. I care. I'm the one that cares.
I do care for one reason, because I see them eventually moving that over to the soldier and being able to, shoot theirs out of the
rockets out of the air.
Just kind of like you can reverse it if you're a pyro with your little combustion thingy.
Yeah.
Do you get pipes sent back at you a lot of times? Is that annoying?
No, not very often. No.
Y'all start doing that. All you pyros out there, you see Wes, send them some pipes. Don't blow them up. Send them back.
And Inaudible Ted is indeed saying that he checked the patch notes and it did not say that. But I seem to remember, and I, maybe I looked at something weird, but I seem to remember the ability to shoot the pipe bombs being mentioned somewhere.
Well, check out this video that will be in the show notes, and make your own decisions. You'll see a heavy shooting pipe bombs as they're being thrown.
I mean, that makes it the only weapon that can be shot out of the air, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think, yeah.
That's pretty crappy, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, now you can kill our stickies when they're on the ground. You can kill anything when it's in the air. Basically, our projectiles are worthless.
Yep. Might want to choose a different class to play.
I hate you.
I've actually been playing Demoman a lot more than I've ever been playing before. It's much more fun now that they've balanced it correctly.
Shut up. Not balanced.
But what's funny is I actually have been playing Demoman more just because no one else is.
I've actually been playing Medic more because I'm sick of Demoman right now.
Like, because I look and I'm like, we need a Demoman. This is, Bad Water or, Gold Rush or something. It's like, you need a Demoman of some sort.
If you check out this video that Invisible Ted gave, there's a nifty little song in the background that's playing.
Yeah.
To give you a hint, the name of the video is Valve Jump the Pipes. Valve Jump the Pipes.
Gotcha.
All right, moving on.
Okay, now I'm gonna cover this next one. This is an email from Balmedius. It says, "Hey, Control Point, I'm pretty amazed that it took you 5 minutes to understand the Demoman's bottle and how it damages. So let me break it down for you." And then he goes into a long spiel here that basically covers exactly.
Let me break it down.
Break it down
like a bottle.
And this is exactly what I said last week. So I'm a little baffled why he went into such detail. The only thing he points out, and I really didn't think it was very important to point out, but he does have a point, is that you do have to hit something with the bottle. It's not just going to break while you swing it in the air. But I sort of took that as, being an assumption. But basically, when you swing it and it crits and you hit something with it, the bottle will break. And it's just a normal crit. And then after that, you can swing the bottle and periodically it will crit, but there's no additional animation. It doesn't have a higher percentage of crit. It's just got
a different graphic.
It's just got a different graphic, and what causes the bottle to break is that.
Okay.
So
that was a long email. I'm looking at it.
And right after I say that, Silver Chaos in chat says, "Anyone know if the damage is different for broken bottle?" No, no, it's not. It's not different.
That we know of. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and he says, "P.S. in before too long didn't read." IN-B4TL.
And before the lock, right?
And
yeah.
Before the
Doctor.
Lock. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The healing. Okay. How about now we'll do a Fritz question of the week.
Hey there, CP. Seeing that it's snowing a lot where I am, I think a snowy question is in order. So, what part of Snowfort do you find most appealing? See you.
Man, I haven't played Snowfort.
What was that from?
Halloween. I am the clown with the tearaway face.
Nice. That's a good little tune.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was a question in there, too.
I couldn't hear it. I was listening to the Nightmare Before Christmas music.
Which part of Snowfort do we like the best? Like, which aspect or which,
I liked the fact that all the snipers went one way and everybody else went the other way.
Oh, the back, like the mining.
Yeah, if you just went through the back way, you didn't have to worry about snipers because they all fought it out on the front.
I'm ready for Snowfort 2.
Yeah,
like Snowfort 1 was good, but besides the fact that it was snowy and it had a movable object that you go around, it wasn't really the best.
It needs
map
a sled.
It needs a bigger lodge. Like I want a fireplace where I can sit down and drink some hot cocoa.
And a big stuffed bear.
Maybe a hot tub in the back with some hotties sitting in there.
Elk antlers over the fireplace.
Yeah, maybe a little ski lift that you can get on, and it takes you up to where the intel is in the second one. More movable objects.
Skis, maybe some skis or some snowboards.
Yeah. But I'm ready for Snowfort 2, so I don't know who did the original one. You gave us a lot of fun entertainment on it.
Yeah.
And someone should look up the name and give that boy credit or that girl credit, because it was well worth the amount of time that we've spent on it.
Yeah.
On this podcast here. Previously. And in the future.
Yeah. Well, you've about covered all the bases there.
Except for one.
Hello, Governor!
Oh, my God.
Did you see that coming? Did you see it coming, though? That's all I'm worried about.
Oh.
How about some... Are we getting close to the end?
Yeah, we're almost done. Does anybody have anybody for this next little segment here?
If no one else does, then I have somebody that I can nominate.
Okay, who do you nominate for Player of the Week?
Nintendo Ninja.
Why?
Because we had a blast playing. I had never played with him before, and he was just, I don't know, funny and cool. And he sends us stuff weekly, and seems like a good candidate, whatever. So, yay, bask in the glory.
Woohoo!
So now, we screwed up last week. We made someone the player of the week or something.
Yeah,
then the wrong person got put as the player of the week.
Yeah. The problem was he wasn't in the Steam community.
Right.
So we
you're doing that?
No, Johnny Napalm is.
Johnny.
The problem is,
who's Johnny?
We can't make you player of the week if you're not in the Steam community. It makes no sense.
Well, you can be. You just won't have it next to your name in Steam.
Yeah.
And why aren't you in the community? You do know about the Steam community that we are
That's like gigantic. I don't even know how many people are in it.
2,200.
Really?
Yep.
It's
huge.
That was quick.
Yep.
How'd you know so fast?
Because it really doesn't go up that fast, so it's pretty easy to keep it.
It used to go pretty quick.
It's not like the Team Fortress 2 community that has 1 billion and something people in it.
Yeah.
We're really not that big.
Yeah.
We are in Japan.
Big in Japan. All right. Big in Japan.
Okay.
Alphaville, baby.
Yeah, Alphaville.
I have it on vinyl.
I like Forever Young by Alphaville. That's my favorite.
I thought that was Rod Stewart.
That's a remake. So, okay. After the show, stick around to hear Tenacious Bonk by Frekydelic. This is the next entry into the Great Bonk Off of 2009. Personally, I think we should do with less Bonk songs, so this will be the final Bonk song on CP.
Man,
at
you're
least
harsh.
for a while. I know, I'm totally being harsh. I just don't want to oversaturate the power of the bonk on this show. I know a lot of people have sent in.
Are you saying they're getting old?
Well, it's
you can say it. It's okay.
It's like sprinkles on a cupcake. It's like, don't use
They're
too
poisonous?
many. Just a little sprinkle. So sprinkle the show with bonk.
I will honestly say, after the first Bonk song I heard, I was sick of him at that point. So, I mean, I'm all for this change here.
Okay. What do you think, Wes?
Well, it's like YouTube poops. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, every once in a while, YouTube poop is funny.
Yeah.
But, when you get an endless stream of them, after a little while, you're just like, is there any thought process going on here?
Yeah. But these epically scale upward in motion. So Tenacious Bonk is actually more... There's more skill and more epicnosity to it. So check that out. Send us MP3s and questions and stuff like that.
Yes. Do it. You know you want to.
Oh, yeah. There's a new schedule page on the Dead Workers site. deadworkers.com/network. You can click on schedule and you will see when all of the shows come out on the network, and also how to watch us live, when and where to go to watch us live on Sundays, and interact with us in the chat room. Right now we have 59, and we started with 69. It was a big week.
Okay.
Bonk.
Boink. So happy Valentine's Day.
And enjoy your bonkitude.
You are now at the end of another episode of Control Point.
Victory.
Every one of you deserves a medal.
A podcast brought to you by the Dead Workers Party. See the show notes and leave comments for this episode at controlpoint.deadworkers.com, or leave us a voicemail at area code 256-513-4772.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Hey, Control Point. I was just wondering, which class would you choose to replace Ash Williams if they were in drag baseball players, Left 4 Dead characters in a boy band, and were Conan the Barbarian characters, World of Warcraft characters, and they were on an airplane with you that crashed, and you had to spend a year with them on a deserted island that was played by zombie apocalypse Ash clowns, and you had to do this while playing their own spin-off video game and movie whilst listening to them ask you which class questions. I was just wondering, which class would you choose if you were in that situation? This is the first stage in a project to combine all the class questions that were ever asked on Control Point. That, of course, includes this one. So we're going to have to work that into the next stage. There's a forum, you can all help along, and we're really just trying to kill Ash Williams. So, I'll see you later on the forums and on the servers. I also apologize for not being able to show up to the last 61 episodes. I know you guys have been trying real hard to get me onto the podcast, and I'm sorry I haven't been doing my part. But, we'll see. I'll try to do my best to show up to the next 61 episodes. This is Bulletstorm, and I'll see you guys later on the servers.
Hello, Control Point. This is Jukebox Hero. I'm just going to leave the accent off. I think I have solved once and for all the English versus Australian sniper debate. I am quite positive that he is British, and that if he's meant to be Australian, his voice actor does a very poor job, because if you listen, one of the sniper's taunts is "God Save the Queen." And last time I checked, Australia didn't have a queen. So, yeah, sniper's English. There it is. It's done. Over with. Baller. Left 4 Dead, drink, done. Peace out.
Hey, Control Point, it's Jumpin' Joe. I want to say that I had an awesome time doing the What's in the Briefcase song, which was only 15 seconds, and it was awesome, with Milkshake, and we meant it to be so horrible. His guitar was totally meant to be out of tune, and I've been a very good singer for such a long time. I just want to say I demand to be Player of the Week. So keep up the good work, and I'll give a shout-out to Milkshake Man. I drink your milkshake. You're the awesomest. And that's it. So see ya, keep it up, and good job.
Yeah! Alright, yeah, that's a pretty good job. Come get some. Yeah. Oh yeah! Say what you need, Chucklehead. Oh yeah! Boy ought to be on a baseball card. I'm Captain over
Hello, Governor.
Jesus. Dead Workers Party Network. What the hell just happened?